My father didn't think he had the potential to be a fantastic comic. Was possible for him, so he chose to become a conservative and got a safe job as an accountant. When I was 12 years old, though, he was fired from that safe job, and our family had to make do with whatever we could to survive. My father taught me many valuable lessons, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want to do, so you might as well take a chance at doing what you love. However, that wasn't the only thing I learned from him. You know, I observed how my father's love and humor altered the world around me, and I decided that was something worth doing. It didn't take long for me to start acting out. You know, people would come over to the house and be greeted by a 7-year-old who, it was an odd household. My father would boast that I wasn't a ham, but rather the whole pig, and he would treat my talent as if it were my second chance. When I was about 28 years old, having worked as a professional comedian for 10 years, I realized one night in Los Angeles that, like my father, the purpose of my life had always been to free people from concern. I named my new ministry the Church of Freedom from Concern, or FFC, and I committed myself to that ministry. What's yours? How will you serve the world? What do they need that your talent can provide? That's all you have to figure out, as someone who's done what you're about to go and do. I can tell you from experience the effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is, because everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left of you is what was in your heart. Am I choosing to free people? Am I choosing to free people from concern? Got me to the top of a mountain. Look where I am. Look what I get to do everywhere I go. Look this, I'm gonna get emotional, because when I tap into this, it really is extraordinary to me. I did something that made people present their best selves to me, wherever I go. I've often said that I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, and so that they could see that it's not where you're gonna find your sense of completion. Like many of you, I was concerned about going out into the world and doing something bigger than myself, until someone smarter than myself made me realize that there is nothing bigger than myself, because life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. How do I know this? I don't. But I'm making sound. And that's the important thing. That's what I'm here to do. Sometimes I think that's the only thing that's important, really. You know, it's just letting each other know we're here. Reminding each other that we're part of a larger self. Your job is not to figure out how it's going to happen for you, but to open the door in your head. And when the door opens in real life, just walk through it. And don't worry if you miss your cue. Because there's always doors opening, they keep opening. And when I say life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. I really don't know if that's true. I'm just making a conscious choice to perceive challenges as something beneficial so that I can deal with them in the most productive way. You'll come up with your own style, that's part of the fun. Oh, and why not take a chance on faith as well? Not religion, but faith. Not hope, but faith. I don't believe in hope. Hope is the beggar. Hope walks through the fire and faith leaps over it. I used to believe that who I was ended at the answer, my skin, that I had been given this little vehicle called a body from which to experience creation. And though I couldn't have asked for a sporty or model, it was after all a loaner and would have to be returned. Then I learned that everything outside the vehicle was part of me too. And now I drive a convertible top down and win my hair. I am so happy and so incredibly excited to be here with you at this crucial juncture in your journey. I hope you're prepared to open the roof and take it all in. You are at the forefront of consciousness and knowledge, a new wave in an enormous ocean of possibilities. On the other side of that door, there's a hungry world waiting for fresh concepts and new leadership. It can be harsh out there, but that's good because there's soft-serve ice cream with sprinkles. I've been out there for 30 years and she's a wildcat. She will rub up against your leg and purr until you take her up and start petting her, and then out of nowhere, she'll swipe on the face. I suppose that's what I'm trying to say here today. Sometimes it's okay to let your fears consume you. Fear will always play a role in your life, but you get to choose how much of it you want to spend imagining ghosts and fretting about the future. All that exists is what's happening right now, in the decisions we make, which are based on either love or fear. A lot of us choose our path out of fear that makes what we want to seem absurdly out of reach. As a result, we never dare to ask the universe for what we want. I'm arguing that I'm evidence that you can make requests of the universe. That peace that we're after lies somewhere beyond personality, beyond the perception of others, beyond invention and disguise, even beyond effort itself. You can join the game and fight the wars. I'm at the top of the mountain, and the only one I hadn't freed was myself. At that point, my search for identity deepened. I wondered who might be without my fame. Who would I be if I said things that people didn't want to hear, or if I defied their expectations of me? Play with form all you want, but to find real peace, you have to let the armor go. Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all of your glory. My soul is not contained within the limits of my body. My body is contained within the limitlessness of my soul. Now I'm always at the beginning. I have a reset button, and I ride that button constantly. Once that button is functioning in your life, there's no story that the mind could create that will be as compelling. The imagination is always manufacturing scenarios, both good and bad, and the ego tries to keep you trapped in the multiplex of the mind. Our eyes are not viewers. They are also projectors that are running a second story over the picture that we see in front of us all the time. Fear is writing that script, and the working title is, "I'll Never Be Enough." I had a substitute teacher from Ireland in the 2nd grade. They told my class during morning prayer that when she wants something, anything at all, she prays for it and promises something in return, and she always gets what she wants. Before, I'm sitting in the back of classroom, thinking, wow, my family can't afford a bike. So I went home and I promised I would recite the rosary every night in exchange. Broke that promise. But 2 weeks later, I got home from school to find a brand new Mustang bike with a banana seat and Easy Rider handlebars. That kind of thing has been happening to me ever since, as far as I can tell. It's just about letting the universe know what you want and working toward it while letting go of how it comes to pass. No matter what you gain, the ego will not let you rest. It will tell you that you can only stop until you've left an irreversible mark on the earth, until you've achieved immortality. Well, from fool to cool, my family informed me that I had won the bike in a raffle that a friend of mine had entered my name in without any knowledge of mine whatsoever. How cunning is our ego that it would entice us to relax and imagine a happy life by promising us something we already have.